Beautiful seekers, this is Clarity 1129. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I have a pick a card reading for you. Let me keep these cards here as well. And today's topic is interesting. What are your hidden strengths which you're not utilizing because you're possibly not aware of it, or if you're aware of it, you don't really think it's anything, you can do anything with it. But the fact is, these hidden strengths can actually make you go that extra mile. All right. So we're going to take a look at what those hidden strengths are and how you can use it. Maybe you are aware of it. Some of you are not aware of it. Let's take a look. I've not done a reading like this before, but I was called to do it by Spirit. I was told to do this particular reading. And so I have no clue how I'm going to do it. But I've thought about something and we're going to follow that. All right. So there are a few pre-shuffled cards which we're going to take a look at, Oracle, and then we're going to live shuffle the tarot and we'll live shuffle the advice at the end. All right. So use your discernment, but sometimes it could be, if you find that I mentioned something which you don't see in you, but chances are that a friend of yours or someone has actually told you this before, then it's time for you to actually pay attention to what you're hearing here, because maybe you don't see yourself as that, but that is something that you have, and maybe people have picked up on it. So it's worth your while to work on it, and if you've not honed it, or if it's just there in bits, you've seen it's in bits and pieces, just seen a little spark here and there, it's because you do not focus on that strength of yours. But we all have a lot of strength, and we have different traits. Some we hone, some are very predominant depending on astrological chart as well, but some are there. It's just that we don't know. Maybe our parents or our teachers or caregivers, whoever was there in early stages, they may have only praised certain things that we do. So we only pay attention to those things that have been praised or recognized by people. But there are a few dormant strengths as well that we have, which we hope to discover today. All right. I think it's going to be a very interesting reading. Let's see how it works. So for that, I need to introduce you to the piles. We have 3, as you can see. Pile number 1, the Lightseer's Tarot, or this beautiful citrine crystal. Pile number 2, the Morgan Greer Tarot, and this pyrite crystal. And pile number 3 is the Mystic Mondays Tarot and the green aventurine crystal. Those of you who are intuitive, you can move to the timestamps and go right to your pile. And for those of you who benefit from the meditation, let's begin. Sit with your spine erect, palms open, facing upwards. Close your eyes and gently take in a deep breath. Hold. Focus between your eyebrows and connect with your intuition, knowing that your intuition will never lead you astray. Exhale gently. Slowly open your eyes, and whichever pile you're drawn to, that is your pile. And now I will see you at your pile. Pile number 1. Those of you who've chosen the citrine crystal or the Lightseer's Tarot, this is your reading. One of the strengths you're either aware of is your confidence. Maybe you don't feel that way on the inside, but people view you as a very confident person. And so if you don't feel confident, know that this could be one of your hidden strengths which you don't see because you feel flustered on the inside. But this is something that people can see in you. And if you work on yourself, this is going to be a huge strength, your belief in yourself, your self-worth. This can help you move mountains. Let's see what the cards have to say. Now these I'll open out for you, and then after we take out all the cards from here, we'll begin your reading. So you get mouse. This is earth element. You get child wounded. You get the empty room. And you get turkey spirit, give with gratitude and grace. Spirit, please guide me in discovering pile number 1 strengths, what they are not aware of, hidden strengths of pile number 1, please, Spirit. Okay, these wanted to come out. Hidden strengths of pile number 1, Spirit. That one. Hidden strengths of pile number 1, Spirit. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, we're going to take this one as well because it really wanted to come out, but we won't be taking this one. But we'll keep this in mind. You got the Queen of Swords in reverse, all right? Okay, that, oh wow, oh my Lord, look at this. Beautiful. Now let's take a look what you have. You have the 10 of Cups in reverse. You get the King of Cups upright. You get the 9 of Pentacles upright. And you get the Fool upright. And you get the Sun upright. Wow. Pile number 1. Before we begin, sorry for my squeaky chair. I need my glasses. It's right here. All right. You have a certain quiet confidence. All right. That is what you feel, that you are confident about things that you know. But the people around you just see you. When you walk into the room, you exude confidence. All right. I'm not sure whether you're really aware of it. You are the kind of people who are possibly, you know that your work is good and no one will question your work because you know that you're really good at it. But on the whole, you don't see yourself as a confident person. So you feel that you may be confident in the work that you do, but otherwise you're not. However, how people see you is someone who is extremely confident, self-sufficient, possibly reserved for some of you, but extremely confident. With the Sun card here, you are okay to be, oh wow, look at that below this. You get the Empress and the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. People see you as someone who's got everything, someone who just is naturally confident because possibly they feel you've had an easy life, you've got everything on a platter. And people see you as being reserved. Some people may even take your being reserved as haughty. All right. But you possess a great amount of strength. And let's just read all these cards here. You get child wounded. The light attributes awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children. Opens the learning path of forgiveness. Then you have the empty room and you have turkey spirit, which is 61, adds to a 7, could be significant. Give with gratitude and grace. Now this is about children. This is often about children, and you have children here as well. Now what do I get from here? Pile number 1. If you don't see yourself as confident, it's possibly because as a child you've been wounded. Maybe for some of you, your childhood was not an easy one. You may have had either a broken family, or they could have been, it may not have been an ideal situation. Maybe there was a lot of arguing between your parents, perhaps, or something which kept you feeling less than, or your parents could have been busy in their own world. Maybe the atmosphere at home was not very conducive to your growth, and as a result of that, you felt hurt. And if you had gone to your parents with something, maybe they said something to you which made you always feel less than and not good enough. And maybe you've taken this forward to this day, wherein you haven't, and you took whatever they said extremely seriously, like most children do, whether they outwardly rebel or not. What parents say, especially in the early stages, it stays with the children. All right. And so possibly you've had that energy. Maybe your parents have been very focused on material comforts, and they have put that into you that you've got to do something to feel worthy. And that is why you actually put in a lot of effort as far as your work is concerned. And I feel this particular thing you're already aware of, that you really work very well. You have an eye for detail. And maybe a lot of people at work have already told you that yes, giving this person, pile one a job, you can just close your eyes, because they have got an eye for detail. They look for every little thing and make sure that, everything is to perfection. And this is something that you have learned because you've always wanted that validation from your parents to let you know that you are good enough. And so you try to be very perfect. And to this day, you're very perfect and thorough in the work that you do. All right. Because of the fact that you have not felt as loved or as heard or as accepted as a child, maybe a lot of you have so much compassion for children. And even otherwise, I feel you're very compassionate people because you have been through a lot of hardships. All right. And you know how, no matter how difficult the circumstances are, your heart is one which is grateful. You have managed through the tough times in your life, you have managed to build a certain life for yourself wherein you do not need anybody. You're completely self-sufficient, and you have this ability to start from scratch. So if things just go bad in your life, if you have a tower moment of sorts, you do not give up. With this empty room here, you find potential in everything. All right, where people might give up and people might get irritated that things have gone down and they built up something with such great care. People may get so upset about it. If such a tower moment happens, they might give up on doing anything again, but not you. You will start from scratch all over again, grateful for whatever you have left in your hand, knowing that you can do it. But you're not outwardly confident in the sense that people do perceive you when you walk into the room. They feel that you may be a reserved person. As I said, you may be a haughty person, and you know what you're doing because they see you as this independent person who's got everything going for them. They don't realize that you don't feel that confident on the inside because you are actually still wanting validation from those set people. Maybe as you've grown up, you've been looking for validation from more and more people. And not that you're, for some of you, if you identify with this that I'm telling you, you may go out of your way to please people or do things for people so that you are accepted. All right. And no matter how difficult it is for you, you may not really show it. If someone asks you for something, you go out of your way. And sometimes you might find that people actually push you a little more because they know that you will take it from them, and take their work and do it for them if they just appeal to your softer side. You can have a wonderful career with anything got to do with children. All right. This is for some of you who've been wondering, whether it is being a teacher in the traditional sense or starting something for children online, or if it is even writing books for children or looking after, spending time with children, special children. You have natural healing powers with you, which you're not aware of. Naturally, you can heal children because there is this beautiful innocence in you which connects to their innocence. You're able to connect with children very easily. However, I feel you need to work with your inner child as well. All right? For some of you, you may have, but for a lot of you, I feel you still need to. Because with this 10 of Cups in reverse, I feel there is still a remnants of, maybe you're wonderful with your job, you're wonderful with little children, and you can use that to do whatever it is that you want to. And you have tremendous amount of resilience. No matter what life throws at you, you will get a fresh beginning out of that. You will pour in happiness out of that. You are the Empress. You're so fertile. No matter what comes your way, you will change it into something abundant, something beautiful. All right? And I feel that a lot of you desire a happy family, but I feel, and you know what? You will make a beautiful family in which there's going to be equality between you and your partner, wherein you make a beautiful environment for your children, because you have not seen that in your own childhood as you were growing up. You are very capable of giving that and having this life, but sometimes you don't see it that way, and maybe you have a lot of sleepless night wondering whether you will ever have a happy family. But you will, pile number one. If you don't already, you will. You have this lot of love and a lot of compassion. The King of Cups, they has a depth of emotion. This, along with this, compassion for children, however you identify gender-wise, immaterial, you will have a wonderful family life. So if you always feel that you're not entering into a relationship because you feel that you may bring this energy back into this relationship, just let that go. Process these energy. You are not who your parents were. You are not whatever this past trauma was. You are so resilient. You can make something out of nothing, because you see everything as having tremendous potential. Because where your parents may have thought that you didn't have too much potential, or they criticized you, you have worked your way up. And you have, with your eye of detail, for detail, and for because of your perfectionist tendencies, you do excellent. Your work ethic is impeccable. And on top of that, you have a grateful heart and a very compassionate heart. All this together helps you align with the universe and makes you, with this Empress energy, you can birth anything into this world, which gives this empty room here. You see so much of potential. Whatever you have, you're grateful for it, and you just make anything out of it, and something beautiful, not just anything, but something beautiful, something worthwhile. And this possibly you don't see. For you, this is something natural. For you, it is just survival. That, okay, if things didn't go right, now you got to you think fast so that you survive, so that, if your parents are still around, chances are you still trying to get approval from them. But what you need to do, the only thing I see from you, from this reading, is that, number one, you have everything that you need to have the best life ever. Whether you want to be alone or you want to create that 10 of Pentacles there, you have it in you. You are a very well balanced, rounded person. Your only the only thing that you really need to work on is the fact that you are not who your parents were. You are not required to wait for validation from them. You give yourself that validation. You need to work on your inner child and let your inner child blossom. You have made such a wonderful person of yourself, and you've made such a wonderful life. And despite all that you've been through, you have such an innocent and compassionate heart. All right? But a word of caution, perfectionism might rob the joy of doing work. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't try and make anything perfect. The universe in itself doesn't work on perfection. The universe is creating and everything is beautiful. Imperfections are beautiful. And you need to understand that. All right? But you are a powerhouse. You recognize that in bits and pieces in certain areas of your life. But no, in every area of your life. I wouldn't be surprised if the Magician came out, but the Empress is just as good. And the Sun. These are all major arcanas here. And you have the Ten of Pentacles. Now, this card is emotional fulfillment, which you didn't get as a kid. And this is what you're going to make. Not just emotional fulfillment, but very grounded energy. There's going to be enough for you and your family and for generations to come. Because you are the Empress. And you will find your Emperor. You will find a happy life for you to live, if that is what you want. So don't talk yourself out of it. All right? And now we're going to take out advice cards for you. We'll take out one card from the Moonology deck and one card from the Prism Oracle. Advice for pile number 1. A time for healing. Keep that in mind. Let's see whether that comes out again. All right? But you really need to do that, especially your inner child. All right? So that you don't sabotage beautiful opportunities coming your way. What does pile number 1 need to know, Spirit, about their hidden strengths? Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. And bottom deck energy, a fiery climax approaches. And I feel this has got to do with those of you who have your family who are still around. You're being asked to zoom out, look at life in its totality. You were meant to learn certain things. Maybe you are the person who's meant to break ancestral patterns in your family, all right? And it's possible that you are going to confront your parents or whoever your caregivers were when they didn't, if there's something that you want to do and they again let you know that, you won't be able to do it, or however the dynamic works, you will be able to actually put your foot down and say that I have achieved a lot and I am worthy of achieving anything that I want, and I will not have you, diminish my power, because I am taking my power back. And that's going to happen soon. All right? And you're being asked to forgive them because they didn't know any better. From their side, whatever they said, and if they didn't validate you, was so that you can keep working hard. And this is, a lot of parents follow this, not praise their children so that it doesn't get to their head, and, so that they worked really hard. So this could be, look at that. A time for healing had come out from here, so that's something you really need to work on, and there's a lot of happiness with the Sun card waiting to come. This I'm not putting back inside. And let's see, peace. Look at that. So if you've been through so much and you've been holding that, no matter how you come across to the whole world, inside, if you're not feeling happy, inside, if you're carrying the burden of whatever you had as a child, it's time to let it go. It's time to forgive your parents and forgive yourself for not being able to stand up for yourself. All right? And let go of your perfectionist tendencies, some, because you owe that to yourself. You are worthy and beautiful exactly the way you are, with all the imperfections that you have. All right? And you are going to come into this beautiful energy of happiness, peace, abundance in every area of your life, and a happy home and family. So this is beautiful energy. You are so powerful, pile number 1. And I would like to again just reiterate, for those of you who are called to work on anything regarding children, this is beautiful. You're natural healers. You connect very well with children. So if there's anything that you're deciding to do, or if it's crossed your mind to, this is added confirmation that you will do really well in any sort of interaction with children. All right. So that is all I have for you. Sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye. Pile number 2, those of you who've chosen the pyrite crystal or the Morgan Greer tarot, here is your reading. I feel pile number 2s that one of your hidden strengths, for some of you it's not even hidden, you're aware of it, but is this ability, how do I express it, to not let on what's happening in your life. All right. Not shapeshifter exactly, or maybe you could even say that, but you have this air of mystery about you. It's a certain amount of unpredictability. Whether this is a natural thing or whether this is something that you've cultivated, each of you will know. But this is something which lures people to you because they find you mysterious. They don't know how they don't know what you are about, is what I get from here. Let's see what you have. Your cards are, you get Cobra. Oh, wonderful. This is Fire. Healer. Wonderful. Thanatos. Oh, okay. And you get 2 cards. Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. The number 60 could be significant. And you get Panther Spirit, 44, or the number 8, reclaim your power. Okay. Let's shuffle your cards. Spirit, what are the hidden strengths that pile number 2s possess, which can help them go that extra mile? The 2 of Cups, the 7 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands in reverse. The 6 of Cups reverse and the 2 of Wands upright. Strength, woo, and the Hierophant. Wow. All right, pile number 2. This unpredictability that you have is possibly something that's cultivated by you, but may not be conscious. All right, and I have a feeling that you have seen a lot in your life, and it doesn't matter how old you are when you come to this reading, even if you're relatively young, in whatever time that you've been here, I feel that you've been through a lot. All right, for a lot of you, you've lost someone dear to you, or you've been in the presence of someone losing their life, or in near life and death situations, for some of you, maybe you are doctors or nurses, or you've just lost someone who's or you've just seen that happening. All right, and I feel you've been through quite a lot. Pile number 1 also had been through something, but that was in their childhood, in their formative years. Yours is not like that. I feel it doesn't have to do with childhood. For some of you it may, with the 6 of Cups here, but I feel more than anything, it's either ancestral or it is something that you've just been through. And so I feel that you are someone who can understand the little nuances of life. You can perceive things. I feel your intuition may be on point. You may pick up on things that others don't. You have a certain amount of stillness about you. With this cobra spirit there, you are able to perceive not just through your five senses, but beyond. You can be extremely still. It's a very beautiful quality, all right? And it also helps in healing. With this healer card here, you get passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing. Yes, because you've been through it a lot yourself, and naturally, because of the kind of experiences that you have and the amount of effort you've put into yourself to bring yourself out of that, and what you have learned about life has actually brought this about. Maybe you've always been, this was your soul calling to be a healer. And we don't get these huge powers of healing and much more than that, by the looks of it, when we have an easy life. We have to experience a lot of pain to understand the dynamic of pain, to be able to heal it. All right, and maybe this is your soul calling, and that is why you've had, and life hasn't been very easy for you. So I don't know whether you know that you are healers. For a lot of you, you may not even be putting labels, but I feel a lot of you may be clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant, or maybe all of that. You may just know. But it's not just know. It's something that has developed either, subconsciously. It just happened when you've been through so much, or you have worked on yourself. But it's there. With the Hierophant here, there's a lot of learning, and you have a lot to teach. A lot to teach. Again, pile number 1 had qualities of healing and teaching, but that was for children. But yours is not that. Yours is way beyond that. Yours has got to do with something which is very powerful, pile number 2. I don't know whether you see it or whether you actually know about this. Because though it says, maybe you're aware of it, but you don't really give it much thought. Maybe you have actually experienced you healing people, your words healing people, your touch healing people, your prayers healing people. And you don't really give it too much thought. You just feel that it's coincidence, but it's not. You are very powerful. You are able to recognize people for who they are, accept them the way they are, and you're able to establish connection with any form of life, not just human, any form of life. If people come to you, there's an easy rapport. They're just able to open themselves up. They're just able to connect with you. This particular stillness that you have within you. You may be able to even connect with snakes, maybe. You may be able to connect with any kind of animal if you're there. They just don't get threatened by you because there's a certain amount of stillness, there's a certain amount of healing that they can also pick up. You're in complete balance. You're, some people really work from their masculine side, depending on whatever they've been through. Some from their feminine, but I feel you are completely in balance. Your yin and yang energies are in balance. In the past, maybe, you were defensive about certain things, and Maybe your defensive nature had brought about a lot of delays in your life and you never got things the way you wanted it. But not anymore. With the Six of Cups in reverse, I feel that you're breaking out from ancestral patterns. You were meant to. And you have a choice to make. And if one of these choices has got to do something with healing, which is not traditional healing, something else, you're being asked to go. And for some of you, it is just to, maybe you meant to travel the world, gain experiences, and, get all of that together to be able to teach. You are going to be given a God-sent opportunity. And if it's already come into your life and you're wondering, go for it. If your heart is calling, go for it. In fact, actually, if you've come to this reading, you may have just come to it just like that because, you just wanted to see what is this. Maybe the title was something interesting. Because I feel you know. You just know. And for some of you, if you have not yet healed from this defensive energy, then you're being told it's time for you to reclaim your power. But I feel for a lot of you, you already have. You have been, after these experiences, you have actually gone deep within and found your answers from there, which is why you have that stillness about you, which is why you're able to heal. You have done a lot of work on yourself. And that is why you bring this energy. Though people are drawn to you and people feel very comfortable and they are able to open out and just be themselves because they don't see judgment in your eyes, but they don't get to know you, is what I get. You are still mysterious. You are a natural mystic, is how it comes across to them. And you have a lot to teach, a lot to teach. Let's take our advice cards for you. Pile number 2. And if you feel that you've not had any such experience, but if you still feel the rest of it resonates, but you feel that you never had any near life and death experiences, but you do feel that you are able to heal, that what you say brings a lot of solace to people, and the rest of the reading resonates, then maybe this is something that's occurred in a past life or in many past lives, all right? And so this is ingrained in you, this healing. And that's just a message I just got. So let's see. What does pile number 2 need to know about their hidden strengths? Spirit. Take time to breathe out. It's time to release negativity. And I feel that you really help people out. You're able to help them release their negativity. You're able to cleanse people's aura. All right? But sometimes you get lost in taking care of other people and you need to also take some time for yourself. All the advice and all the guidance you give other people, you need to work on yourself as well. I feel it's very easy for you to cleanse their aura. And you may not have done any course on it, or you may not have learned or read anything about it. It's just something that naturally you're able to do. Something you say, sometimes you may even question yourself, why did I even tell them that? But it's just something that you know. It just comes very naturally for you. Frustration, pain, yes. And I feel this is for those of you, actually, now with these coming out, frustration, pain, time to release negativity and take time to breathe out. I feel that for those of you who are still in this defensive energy, all right, and where there are delays in your life, it's because you really need to work on yourself some more. You need time to heal from all that you've gone through in this lifetime, or whatever patterns that are there, you know, maybe ancestral patterns. You need to actually sit with yourself, meditate. Meditation is going to be very helpful for you, and take some time out for yourself, which is something which you actually like to do. With this deep dive here and the Cobra card here, it is something that you like to do whenever you feel. And I don't feel all of you who've come to this reading feel this. It's only those of you who have this last bit left of this defensive energy which you need to work on, all right? But for all of you, whether you've done this work or not, take time to breathe out is important. You need to take some time. If it's not possible every day, then at least once in 2-3 days, you need to, go out. And if you on a daily basis, try and just cleanse your energy just by, just a shower, maybe twice a day, or whenever you meet people or difficult energy, that will be beneficial for you. But otherwise, you need to take some time out to get your energies back before you go and work again. But if you have got with this Two of Wands, if there is something that you're really, you're called to travel the world, you're called to do something which you've not done before, but you're really feeling very strongly, do follow your inner guidance, because you're meant to bring a lot of knowledge. You're meant to guide a lot of people and heal them. All right? That is all I have for you, pile number 2. Beautiful energy indeed. And it is not something that has come through ease, and these powers never come through ease. But you've gotten there right now. So for few of you, just last bits that you need to work on. And for the others of you, you've already done the work and you're seeing that. For some of you, already started realizing that, and this could be just a confirmation. All right? That is all I have for you. Sending you so much love and light. Pile 3, those of you who've chosen this green aventurine crystal or the Mystic Monday Tarot, welcome to your reading. You are all heart. You may try to be tough on the outside for some of you, but you are a softie. All right? And maybe people have told you that and you don't like it and you make a face, but you are all heart. And this is something you know, or it's something that you need to know. Panther. Snake. Oh my God. If you're called to another pile, I'm not going to tell you which one. You can look. And you're the only one who's got 2 cards from here. You can choose that pile as well. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. Okay, you get victim in reverse. Now, when I was shuffling these cards, because I am looking at hidden strengths, I had asked Spirit to not give me any card in reverse, all right? Because all my decks, except for the Good Tarot and other Oracle cards, all my decks have upright and reversals, all right? But in this particular reading, I wanted all upright cards because I'm looking at strength, so I don't want your shadow attributes. But for both the other piles, I've got an upright card. But no matter what I did, Spirit insisted that this is going to be in reverse. All right, so we have that in reverse. So let's see how that plays out. And then you have the womb. Woo, beautiful. And you have bat spirit. Wow. It just plays so well with this. My God. A rebirth is assured. 5. All right, let's shuffle your tarot. Queen of Cups in reverse, which I feel upright out of habit. What are the hidden strengths for pile number 3, dear Spirit? Something that they need to know and they are not aware of. Okay. The Knight of Wands in reverse and the 9 of Wands in reverse. The 2 of Cups. Oh my God. Seriously, there is one pile in this that you may want to look at. If you're called to, you can choose that pile as well. Knight of Cups, and you have Judgment. Oh my Lord. Very, very powerful. Very powerful. And I feel, yes, you will definitely identify yourself with another pile here. Pile number 3. Wow. What are your hidden strengths? First of all, I feel, I don't know whether you're aware of it or not, but you are an extremely spiritual pile. Extremely spiritual. All right. And you have, like both the other piles, you have also not had it easy. All right. You've, in fact, I feel, had many cycles of death and rebirth. You have the Death card, which talks about death and rebirth. The Womb, again, which talks about rebirth, birth and rebirth, and Bat Spirit, which talks about that, and again Judgment, which also talks about that. I won't be surprised that a lot of you have Scorpio predominantly in your chart, or or even Aries for that matter. But I feel it's predominantly Scorpio. Very spiritual pile. This is again talking about rebirth. Let me first read this card for you. You get Victim as shadow act. Playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. And this, I feel, was, okay. This could be your past energy, all right? Because you're not aware of your power. And because you've had so many occasions of this death and rebirth, transformation. You know, transformation sounds very beautiful. Transformation, the result of it is very beautiful. But to keep transforming is definitely not easy. The end result is beautiful. So when people see you transform, they're like, wow. But what you went through to be that wow is something only you know. And you've been through this cycle a lot, many times in your life. Obviously, you don't just become spiritual if everything is going absolutely smoothly, because you won't even be able to connect with your spirituality. You will be with your material comforts. All right? It's possible, you know, in your past, you had this energy wherein you used to be, you had this flamboyant energy about you. You would, extremely 3D oriented, very used to like to have fun. Maybe you like to do shopping. You used to have a lot of, you're a person who loves partying, and you were not really very serious on other things in life. You just like to have a good time. And it's possible that anytime anyone told you something, you always had your guard up. You would mingle with a lot of people, you won't let people come close to you. And you did have a tendency to play victim. And this, I feel, is past energy. And this could be possibly because of things that have happened in the past, maybe your childhood, wherein you weren't given the attention that you needed. And that happens to a lot of us. If we are not given attention that we need in the way we need it when we are children or anytime we're growing up, it plays out differently for different people. So I feel that because you were not given the attention and care that you needed, you were attention seeking, you played victim. Because it's possible that it's only when you were hurt or when you were in trouble that your caregivers gave you that time and attention. Otherwise, they didn't really have time to sit and spend with you. And so growing up, you made that a part of your, the way you were, part of your personality. You know, you would come out as charming, and if things didn't work out, you would play victim. And you possibly, over a period of time, when people realize that this is what you do, you may have lost a lot of people from your life. All right? And this has got you to go deep down within and work on yourself. And I feel you've been doing this work for quite some time. I don't feel this lot would be a very young lot. You'd definitely be above your 30s and beyond. Maybe even 40s and beyond, I would say, because you've been through a lot. You've been through those days, and now you've, with so much of transformation happening, you're finally coming into balance. You're coming to your own. You're realizing that you don't need anybody. You don't need to play victim, and that you're strong enough is something you have already come to a realization. This is not something that I'm telling you. You are. But I'm just giving you a confirmation. You are extremely powerful. You have been through so many cycles of death and rebirth. Either relationships not working or your job fizzling out and you have to start afresh. People leaving your life, your place of work changing, your house changing, so many things, your finances, from being good to seeing an all-time low, being broke to building yourself back again. You have had so many cycles, and you have learned to trust yourself. And despite all this that has happened in your life, and because of the fact that you had to play victim, you have this, on the outside, you have a very tough exterior, but you are all heart. Oh, wow. Oh, my Lord. Okay. You're very, very powerful because of all that you've been through. All right. And the beautiful part is, despite all of this, your heart is soft, though you may not portray it on the outside. Your biggest strength is that now you've come into balance, and I don't know whether you realize how resilient you are. Anyone can throw anything at you now, but you'll come out of it. A lot of you are highly intuitive. We may have a lot of healers here as well. But more than anyone else, it is about you, I feel. Like more than you going actively and healing people, you and your journey, just looking at you, is what is inspiring people. That no matter what anyone throws at you, no matter what lows you you go through, you come out strong. You come out better than before. You come out stronger than before, more efficient than before. You just, every single time this happens, and people are just in awe of you. And despite the lows and despite the highs, your heart is soft. It's beautiful. And this has been a huge transformation. Wow, it's lovely energy. Pile number 3. To the people who look at you, may not be for you. For you, you may have actually been through very tough cycles to reach here. You may be very inspiring, it's very inspirational to people who come across you, who know your story. And you come across as a very balanced person, which wasn't the case in the past. And I feel even as you come to this reading, you're closing out a cycle. And with the retrogrades happening, you may be getting second chances in so many areas of your life. And if you've been working on something, please keep at it, because you may not see it. And I feel for a lot of you, I don't even have to say this to you because you know. But whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're pouring your energy on, wherein there are delays right now, just know with this Empress card, you're going to be so powerful. So powerful. It's coming to you. So keep doing this good work. And maybe something in the past that you thought fizzled out, that's coming back again with this Judgment card. And this time around, it's going to bring you tremendous success. Tremendous success is what I'm getting very strongly. Now let me take out advice cards for you, pile number 3. We'll take out one card from the Moonology deck. Spirit, what does pile number 3 need to know about their hidden strengths? Communication is key, new moon in Gemini, and nothing will come of this situation. Yes, and I feel this is, you realize because of the amount of cycles you've been through, you're able to just discern whether something is meant for you or not, whether something is going to work or not. And you don't waste your energy on something which you know is not meant for you. All right, and maybe that is why in the past you've walked away from here, because this didn't give you anything. But this is a huge idea, and this is coming back around, and this time around it's going to give you a lot of success. All right, but you are a person who is with the Scorpio energy so strongly, and with the Snake and the Panther, you are able to pick up, just intuitively. Your intuition is very strong. You know what's meant for you and what is not. And you don't waste time. Now with communication is key, again, I feel you are very inspirational, and I feel that your story needs to be told. So if you are a writer, or if you have some sort of a podcast, or if you have some sort of a channel, your experiences are going to be very inspirational to people who are younger than you, who have their whole life ahead of them, because you've been through a lot. And so whether you want to write it, or or even write a novel, maybe for some of you, it's going to really be very inspirational. In fact, I wish I had mentioned it earlier. When I was talking about your being inspirational, it had come to my mind, but then I didn't say it. But now with this coming out, communication is key, I feel that's an added confirmation. Reflection. This is something that you do, which is why you've been able to actually come out of this energy and come into the state of balance. You really look at everything that's happened, and you reflect, you learn lessons, and you move forward. You don't forget the things that have happened. You learn from them. And then you get stop. Exactly. With these two cards here, Nothing will come out of the situation and stop. You know exactly how much. Oh, wonderful. Look at that double confirmation. New start is coming. This is what I feel with this, that you're getting a second chance with the judgment card. All right, new start is coming. Then you have balance here with this balanced energy of yours, and you have these two cards here. Nothing will come off the situation and stop. You know exactly when to walk away from a situation or a place, and this is very, very powerful. It's a huge strength. You don't have to wait for things to fall flat before you realize, oh, this is not meant for me. No, you just know. Your intuition is so much on point because of all that you've been through and all the reflection that you've done and all the answers that you've got with every single transformation. Sending you so much love, pile number 3, and really kudos to you. Not that the other two piles haven't been through a lot. They've been through a lot as well, and I feel that one more pile will definitely resonate with you, though I'm not mentioning it, but you have been through it as well, and over again, and you've built yourself up beautifully. So your biggest strength, I don't know whether you see yourself as a strong person or you just feel that you're on survival mode. You're not. You're extremely intuitive. You can change any situation into something really beautiful. All right? And you have this never say die spirit. Very determined, very strong Scorpio energy I'm getting from this pile. So that is all I have for you. I hope this reading gave you some answers and will help you unlock more doors, and so that you can be inspirational and you can put yourself out there for the whole world to learn from you, and for you to realize all the attention that you didn't get, it's going to come to you now because of all that you've been through and how you've made yourself reach this particular place that you're in, while keeping your heart soft and very generous and loving. Lovely, lovely energy. Sending you so much love and light.